Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video. I'm going to be talking about a newly shown Transformer figure. This time it is from a third-party company called Alien Attack. This is a new Dino figure, which is very exciting. Obviously, we never got a figure from him in the original movie when it was first released. Then, when Age of Extinction came out, Takara did like a movie, kind of best of wave, something like that, where they did actually release a Dino figure. However, it was just sideways with an actual Dino head sculpt and some new accessories. So although it could fit in the collection as Dino, it wasn't really Dino. Now we have, from a third-party company, an actual Dino figure. It's not 100% licensed though. I believe that they're calling this something like Fringe or something. I can't remember. They're not actually calling it Dino, but it is obviously Dino. This is very impressive, and it's also very impressive for the fact that it does actually transform. This looks excellent, and I'm really taken aback by this, and I have it on pre-order. I do plan to pick it up. But as you can see, just looking at it from this image, like, that articulation looks stunning. Like, I almost think that it's being fudged with here in the image, because I don't know how you can get that leg up so high, and it looks so perfect. This is like the exact pose from the movie. But as you can see, looks wonderful. Really do love the head sculpt. The lines in it are all very smooth and slick, and just completely have the Dino look to them. As you can see, they did put him in some great poses as well. Here he is with those little like claw things that he attaches to Hatchet, and he uses to swing and kill Hatchet. So that's very cool. I do like that they have him pose like that. Here's what he comes with. As you can see, you get the figure, of course, and then those two little wire accessories, and then those two claws. I do hope that this company continues to make new figures. It would be awesome if this company makes just the figures that Hasbro never made, or Takara never made, the characters that they never made, and you know, hopefully maybe they'll go and update some characters that need an update. And I'll talk about kind of what I'd like to see from them at the end here. But as you can see, here's the Ferrari, looking excellent. You know, I'm not 100% sure. I didn't actually look up Dino's Ferrari before I started this video. I would imagine it's accurate, though. It certainly looks great. Obviously, there's no logo on it, of course, but it does look excellent. And it's surprising how this does transform. You know, usually a lot of third-party companies, when it comes to movie figures, don't really transform. So it is great to actually see this company doing that. I don't 100% need my figures to transform. I'd much rather have just like a perfect robot mode. However, this company seemed to nail the robot mode and car mode, so I'm very impressed in general. Yeah, look at that articulation. It's so freaking good. I absolutely love it. As you can see, you can get such a high bend on that thigh there. Maybe the best thigh bend I've ever seen, assuming like in person it actually works like this, because I'm almost like it can't actually work like this. It doesn't even feel like there's physically enough room for it to go up that high, but apparently it does. So that's awesome. And as you can see, the ankle articulation is superb, and then you know, everything else looks great, and the head sculpt itself does look very nice as well. I'm absolutely in love with this thing. Here's a nice size comparison, having him with the new Masterpiece, Optimus Prime, and Bumblebee. He does look a little small here. I'm not, you know, 100% sure how tall he is in the movie. I pictured him like slightly taller than Bumblebee. That's just kind of what I pictured him as. Maybe he actually isn't. I'm not sure. I don't have these Masterpiece figures yet. I do plan to get, well, I don't plan to get Bumblebee. I do plan to get Optimus Prime though, but I'll be displaying him with the regular Transformers, so I think that he'll fit better in scale with them, or at least better in what my mind was to Dino's scale. So you know, he should be very nice with them. Yeah, and then back to this image of them all. What I would like to see from this company going forward, well, actually, let me do the price. It is on pre-order. If you want to pick him up, you can pick him up at Big Bad Toy Store. He's on pre-order for delivery in November, which is great. I mean, I believe this like just went on pre-order, and it's already coming out, you know, in a little over a month. So that's an excellent release date. You don't have to wait very long for this. It's $60, and then of course, Big Bad Toy Store's shipping is $4, so it's going to be a solid $64 to get this thing, which is totally worth it for me. Like, that's how much the import figures that I buy of like Reveltech or Figure Arts or Mayfex, they all cost about, you know, a little over $60. So this is basically like buying an import figure, and this excites me a lot more than any of those, I have to say. I've always liked Dino. He always had just a cool design, and I was always very disappointed that we never got a you know, like an official good figure of him. So this is excellent that we now have that opportunity, and I cannot wait for this. Totally have it on pre-order. My only concern is, if I'm not mistaken, this is like the first figure, like full figure from Alien Attack. They've made a couple like upgrade kits for like a Megatron, like a new arm for your figures that you can attach to your figure already to upgrade it. But I believe that this is like their first like full figure. So therefore, you know, I don't quite know what the quality is going to be. I do hope that this is a very sturdy figure. I don't want it to be cheap or kind of like it's like almost 3D printed, you know, the pieces and then like assembled. I hope that it is a little bit better than that, and yeah, I'm just, you know, considering there's no really other figures, I can't really tell that from now, but the price is good enough, and the figure looks good enough that I'm willing to risk it. So I hope that it is a high quality. I hope that it's posable without risk, and yeah, because I think from the looks department it's gonna be spot on, because it does look excellent, of course. But now just other figures I'd like to see them make. Definitely would love to see them make some of the Dreads, particularly Crowbar. I would really love a Crowbar figure. It's the one that we don't have. You can argue that we probably don't have them because of the Dreads. They're so long and so big, and therefore it would be hard to make him transform. But I'd be perfectly fine with those Dreads just detaching to transform him, and then when you put him in robot mode, you can just attach them back on. That would be a really easy fix. So I would really hope that we do get Crowbar, especially since he's from Dark of the Moon, which is also what Dino's from, and he's from the, you know, a similar scene from Dino. So I kind of would hope that maybe, you know, they'd be a little bit more interested in doing it because of that. And also that's just a sculpt that has been in obviously The Last Night too with Dreadbot. So I think that they might you know, there's more appeal for it because it's been multiple films. So I would love Crowbar. I'm not exactly holding my breath, but you know, there is certainly a decent hope in my mind that we would eventually get him. Hatchet would be awesome as well, specifically for this guy. However, if they had Hatchet in development or anything, they probably would have used him for that picture where they're demonstrating the whips. So I don't expect Hatchet. And then other figures, I mean, the only other Autobot that they haven't made, if I'm not mistaken, is Brains, and I certainly don't want this company making Brains. So it would be cool if they redid some of the figures, like made a really good versions of them and accurate versions, like Shockwave I would love. The Shockwave figure that we have is nice, but it's not accurate. It's very flat. I would like a much bulkier and rounded Shockwave figure, so I would love to see them make Shockwave. And obviously he transforms into nothing in the movie, so they can just make him transform into whatever they need to make sure that the figure itself is excellent, because I think that Hasbro dropped the ball on that. Also some The Last Night figures that were never made, like the Decepticons. I've personally made customs of all of them, so like I'm personally pretty satisfied with them. However, I know a lot of people would love if this company would make the Decepticons, and I certainly would buy them as well. But like again, Dreadbot, Onslaught would be great. Mohawk would be amazing, considering Mohawk's a new sculpt. So I would personally love them to make Mohawk, but I'd purchase just about any of the figures that they do. Assuming I get this figure and it's a good quality figure, I will be a lifelong customer to Alien Attack, if they continue to make movie figures, because this is excellent. So I really hope that this isn't just like a one and done type of thing. I hope that this sells well, and therefore they do have incentive to continue this line and give us more figures that we never more figures of characters that we never received from Hasbro or Takara, or just making the figures that we've already received a lot better and making them completely movie accurate. So there you go, that's my thoughts on this new Alien Attack Dino figure from Transformers The Dark Knight, or Transformers Dark of the Moon. Let me know what you guys think of it, and thanks so much for watching.